He cut my trees down. I pulled into my driveway and the first thing I smelled was fresh sawdust and gasoline. My heart stopped. My grandfather planted those white oaks the year I was born. Now they were just piles of mangled limbs lying in the dirt like fallen soldiers. Gary, my neighbor from 2 doors down, stood there with a smirk and a running chainsaw. He told me the trees were blocking the sun for his new infinity deck, and that according to his tape measure, they were on his side anyway. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely grip my steering wheel. I did not yell. I did not even get out of the car. I just watched him kick a branch off his imaginary property line. The next morning, I called a licensed surveyor and a forensic arborist. Gary tried to shoo them off his lawn, shouting about trespassing, but the surveyor just pointed at the iron pin buried 8 feet behind Gary's new fence. He was nearly 10 feet over the line. He had not just stolen my shade, he had stolen a chunk of my inheritance. When the arborist finished his report, the replacement value for 3 50-year-old oaks, plus the cost of removal and soil remediation, came to $21,000. In my state, timber trespass is no joke. It carries mandatory treble damages. That means Gary owed me $63,000. I will never forget the look on his face when the process server handed him the papers. He went from king of the neighborhood to a ghost in seconds. He tried to settle for $5 grand. I said no. He tried to apologize. I blocked his number. The judge did not blink. Gary had to sell his truck and take out a second mortgage to pay the judgment. I used the money to plant even bigger trees and install a security system. Now, every time he sits on his half-finished, sun-scorched deck, he gets to look at the $60,000 trees he bought for me. He wanted a view. Now he has one he will never forget. Have you ever had a neighbor from hell? Tell me your story in the comments.